checking in again. It's past Monday and I haven't gone to see the bus yet for a second time. But I have not got it off my mind or my heart. It's growing on my heart every day. I've been doing research about buses and I was excited to see that a Bluebird bus was a good choice. There's only a couple really recommended brands for buying new school buses right now, and that is Thomas and the Bluebird bus. So this is a Bluebird bus, and one reason that is that a lot of the other bus companies are actually no longer making buses, so getting replacement parts and so forth can be really expensive. It was really great to see that I found one that's one of the recommended companies. I have seen some stuff about people preferring Thomas buses, but that seems like because of interior things like the actual bus seats and so forth, and obviously converting it into a home. I'm not going to be worrying about that so much. I haven't heard back from Mario yet, and I think for him, he's possibly trying to feel out who's the right person to pass the bus on to as well.
Those memories are in my head and my heart.
Oh,
She was good to me.
Okay,
You'll
I know.
have fun. I hope it goes to a good home. Somebody to enjoy it.
Oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
What he designed, it's so beautiful, and I can tell he's put love into it and kept it up, and I feel pretty confident that it would do me well, and I would do her well. I would take good care of her as well. So anyways, here's dreaming, wishing, praying, just calling it in that if this is meant to be, I'll get that call back and be able to bring her home sooner than later. I've just been putting it out there, praying, pondering on it, everything, and hoping that he'll find it in his heart that I'm the right person for this bus to be the next caretaker and take her on the road and go have wonderful adventures. As you saw in the video, if you watched the last video where I actually went and toured her, I was really excited, and I think it's my own flaw to immediately just feel the overall environment and the beauty of it and so forth, and I was caught up in all of that. But upon further reflection, I'm also really impressed with the overall of the bus, the exterior of the bus for one, because I know a lot of people who are designing these tiny homes within buses and doing bus conversions. For them, it's they love keeping the windows, they love letting the light in, and I think that's great in general in life, and I do agree overall. But as someone, as a woman especially, that's going to be traveling more than likely a good portion of the time on my own, this seems solid. Like I said about the windows, I actually like less windows that it has. As a woman traveling alone, I think that I'll be able to sleep at night and not feel so exposed. To me, it doesn't look like it was a school bus. It looks maybe more like it was a prison bus or a military bus of some sort. I don't know if those are modifications that Mario did to the bus or if it was, because it definitely has a lot less windows. And if you look at the door, the windows on it actually have the metal in it, the wiring, so they're not breakable. But again, all of that to me feels like it's a bit of security for me out in that world. I will be able to sleep well at night and know that, you know, my home is there to shelter me and protect me and get up the next day and drive me off to a new adventure. I do hope Katie will end up coming along for some adventures. We could go out to California, and I'm happy to camp out there for a while and join her while she worked. and reflect the beauty around me. I have lots of loved ones in that area as well, so that would be great. And then of course Thomas getting to come along as things align with his path, and then loved ones that may come and visit from Europe. That would be wonderful to have people join me along the way. So I know Frank has already spoke about it as a possibility. So yeah, I've just, you know, it feels like overall there's a lot of excitement and support around this idea. Definitely also, you know, awareness of how much upkeep on this will take. The tires alone sounds like to replace the 4 of them can easily be a couple grand. So around 2,000. I've seen everything from 1,200 to 2,200. So I guess it really depends on which route you go and so forth. But there will be, you know, upkeep. I just found a book, actually, a used book on Craigslist, and it just kind of covers everything from RVs to converted buses. More, they are showing converted vans, but it's more about managing the different systems, the water systems, the electrical systems, you know, all of the basics of basically any sort of mobile home. And so I think that is something, of course you have YouTube, Google these days, you can really learn anything if you put your mind to it. So, and I have a lot of friends that have different skills, and I'll definitely be calling out to different people along the way, I'm sure. Of course, the interior is just beautiful. All of the cabinetry work, all of the just details, the hardwood floors, the overall layout. I'm just really impressed, and it feels like my energy. I'm a bit of a person that likes antiques and the old ways and so forth, and I guess his concept was kind of to create an old train feel, and he definitely has that in there. It also feels a lot like a sailboat to me on the inside, just the way the beams are wood and the white and all the nice cabinetry and wood and so forth. And it will be my little sailboat on land, to be able to take a shower and wake up fresh and cook a meal, but still be able to drive away to the next beautiful location. Something that's actually my home along the way and actually feels like home.
We will see
ends up becoming my home, and at this point I really hope it does. I haven't really seen anything out there that feels quite like it was made for me like this was. It's going to take a little bit of investment, but looking possible. It's looking like a real possibility, and I'm just really excited. A little too excited, because here I am, like, I don't want to line myself up for disappointment, and I know that it's already been a couple days and I haven't heard back from him. I'm trying to trust that if it's meant to be, it will all come together, but hopefully also Mario will find it in his self, his heart, his being, that I would also be the right caretaker to carry on this beautiful bus and take her on a journey with me. So definitely, like, I could take the time to build something myself, but I have now not traveled for almost 2 years, well over a year and a half, and I just am ready to go. And the fact that I was out there looking, was on Craigslist and different sites every day, and this popped up. I didn't even know it was a bus at first, like I mentioned before. And then when I found out, it was like, wow, this is even maybe more in line than anything else I've seen. And then of course seeing it, it's touched my heart. And I think that Mario put so much love into this, and you can see like every little detail. He designed it for him, and he understands traveling alone, so it will be something I can manage. I might invest in one of those little cameras that I can put on the back of the bus and have a little screen up front so that I can back up a little easier on my own and so forth. But it's really like ready to go. I could head out to my loves in California. I could going down to Florida, and I actually have some family that I haven't seen in forever. So since I was a little girl, and I really felt kind of drawn to get there lately. So yeah, we will see if it's meant to be, and I'm definitely in my heart feeling like it's a great possibility. I've looked at so many different ideas, even just like leasing something to be able to have a reliable vehicle and just head out places, but I did something like that before, not leasing, but just in a van traveling and so forth, and I feel like it's doable and it's definitely an adventure. The one thing I loved during the days I did travel in the van, I did caretaking and would travel in the van in between to each place all over the West Coast, and I just remember like waking up in the morning and brushing my teeth outside somewhere, and I didn't have a bathroom obviously in the van, so it wasn't quite as comfortable as this could be, but just being there and every day like having a different view. And I used to think about that in the morning while I was brushing my teeth, like how fortunate I was. There I was with a new beautiful view, something unique in front of me every day or every few days and so forth. And I really thought that was a blessing. I really was honored to have that experience. And in this bus, I'll have a bathroom, so maybe I won't be brushing my teeth outside, but the same concept, like having that view change and the different people that you meet along the way. I love observing cultures. I love reflecting all that I see around me. Something I've done since I was a child. I've carried a camera with me and continue to do so. So yeah, I'm just hoping that if this is meant to be, it will align, that I need to go drive this, so I need to make sure I can really handle this. But I do believe that I could. And hopefully Mario will, I'm not sure, I've been kind of worried about him. I haven't heard back, so I don't know if something's happened to him, or the listing is still up online, so I'm thinking more he's just trying to feel who is the right person as well. And I'm sure like first meetings, you never know, especially I was a little giddy. I was so excited because it was like I felt like, oh my gosh, I found exactly what I've been manifesting or dreaming and seeking. And so I was a little excited, but I came home and I made a more practical list of everything I need to look at. But honestly, like watching my own video again and again and looking through her, I just really feel like this could be it. Way out to California. So I'm definitely dreaming big and already making way too many plans. But as a traveler, having not traveled for possibly the longest chunk since I began traveling so long ago in my life, I'm so ready. And as much as I want to definitely get back to Europe and around the world more and more, I know that for now a good portion of my time will be here on the mainland of America, and what a better way to keep moving and exploring and seeing my loved ones than to be able to take my home with me. And, like I said, she just feels really secure and solid. The more I looked at her, I was just like, there's something about this bus. She's solid. She's meant to protect you. I can feel it. So, and she's heaven bound, as she says, which she does feel like she would bring me that bit of heaven that I'm seeking, that I know that travel and adventure brings, and all the blessings that come with that, all the wonderful people and places to discover. So, yeah. Hopefully I will be checking back in soon with a video saying we're going to drive the bus and making an offer and all of those good things. So I'm looking forward to this journey, one way or another, going to find the path and the way to begin traveling again. And of course, I'm still dreaming of sailboats. I know I could probably get a sailboat or at least a small one, for a similar price, but I unfortunately am not ready to just sail off around the world by myself. I still have my certification courses to complete, which come this spring. I still have some paid courses, so I will be diving into that again, and eventually do some sailing with the right opportunities, and hopefully come the right day make a sailboat my home. But for now I'm here and I can sail on land. I can still spread my wings. We're gonna go for something like this, and hopefully this bus, if it's meant to be. So if you have any questions, if you have any advice, I hadn't really looked too deeply into buses before, so I'm just beginning, and so far it's all looking better than even I could have imagined. Doesn't seem like you need any special licenses, and because this one is already an RV, has already been transformed into that status, I think as far as licensing her and everything should be pretty simple. But yeah, and then just learning more about taking care of her along the way, and I'm already making movement in that direction. So, but definitely any advice, I would love to know it. And maybe even any other buses out there that are ready to go in case this one doesn't come through. But I'm really, here's hoping. So, all right, more soon. Thanks for being here. Mwah.